reading is difficult. I think reading has always been difficult. We definitely have some new challenges today in the form of these little rectangles we put in our pockets that are always beeping and buzzing and ringing and all of that. So I think we have a lot of distraction today people didn't in the past. But I think generally we also have more leisure today than we did in the past. So even as we have this distraction, we also have more time. So I think a lot just comes down to how much do I value reading? Am I going to use that time to go on Facebook and go on YouTube and do other things, or am I going to use that time to read? How much do I value reading? Once you start reading, I think it's so important to really own the book, which means if you're reading printed books, like make that book your own. Somebody brought me a copy of one of my books yesterday, and that thing was beat up, notes all over it, and that's what, as an author, I like to see, right? Somebody's really interacting with the book. He's engaging with the book. And for most of us, I think that means taking notes, trying to trace the argument. If you see he's doing points 1, 2, 3, then write a 1 in the margin, write a 2 in the margin, write a 3 in the margin, like desecrate that book, just cover it in ink, make that book your own, so you can go back and look at it later and see, oh yeah, look at me as I was working through the book. And then I think it's helpful to, as much as possible, have a book with you, so in those little moments of time you can read. If you can just read a page at a time, it's still worth doing. So some people won't read unless they can read a whole chapter at a time. Well, how often in life can you be guaranteed you'll be able to read 20 pages without being interrupted? Just have a book with you, or have a book on your phone or something, and as you're able, just read. And then choose which books you're going to read fast and which books you're going to read slow. And I think most books out there are really worthy of a fast read, which means you're reading it at a pretty good clip and you're not engaging with every idea. You're just, there's value. It's like reading your Bible, right? There's value in poring over the book of Ephesians and reading it verse by verse really slowly. You do it that way, you'll never read your whole Bible. So there's also value in reading 5 or 10 chapters at a time and reading the entire Bible in 6 months or in a year. Books are much the same. Like, read a book quickly. If you get to the end and you think, I got a couple good ideas from that book, great. If you come to the end and you think, that is an amazing book, I need to go back and read that one in detail, then that's great too. But it's okay to read books and not get a whole lot out of it on the other end. 1 or 2 good ideas, great, move on to the next book.